Hey, what's going on, everybody? YGOPro here, and here with some YGOPro duels for you guys. I will not be doing OC Genesis today. Well, I'm recording this on Thursday, it's up on Friday, but I will not be doing OC Genesis because I'm not really in the mood to record that little segment today. Just, it's no point in recording something that you don't want to record, you know? So, anyway, we're gonna do some random YGOPro stuff, got some duels. So let's get started. We're going to do with, Nimble Comeback. I got so many duels on here, it's crazy. So I'm using TG Nimbles, it's a really fun deck, and my opponent's playing Chaos Dragons, which I was not so happy about. So TG Nimbles is a really fun deck. There's a lot of engines in it. It has the Nimble engine, with the TG engine, with the Genix engine. It's just engine happy, and a little bit of the Junk Doppel engine. So. Anyway, he summons, Eclipse Wyvern, and just attacks it. I have Mind Control, but I don't run any rank 4, so I'm just going to attack into Eclipse Wyvern, Rush Rhino, can take that 400 damage. And I set my Book Moons in base. I run no traps in this deck, so, he has a BLS, which is a pain in the ass, but I'm just Jane, and attacks into my Rush Rhino, but Book of Moon says no. Sorry. I don't want to lose my Rush Rhino that fast. Top deck MST, which is, so right now I kind of have a dead Mori Agree, which kind of sucks, but, attack for 1200, he drops a Gores on me, which kind of sucks, but at least the token's only has 1200 attack, so that's always good. So at least he can't, like, run over me with, like, his token and attack, so that's always nice there, but he's got Dark Dragon, which kind of sucks, but he's going to attack for a Dark Flare and destroy both of my monsters, which really is not, I'm not a happy camper on that one. But I don't really care, I'm going to get 2 searches here. I get my Striker, then I'll get a Rush Rhino. And I have 6 cards, man, just like that. It's crazy. So I top deck a Nimble Manta, so more you agree, turn 2, draw 3. Get Genius 9, I'm just really kind of going off here. Get Genius Controller. Angler's Effect, I special summon 2 Nimble Sunfish. XE for Gotcha Gotcha. I just did that so I can get the Gotcha on the field. So I can get some added defense. That's pretty much the only reason I did it. So he gets a Raikou, I believe he sets Raikou, and he attacks my Undan. No, he doesn't. He was afraid of my 2 MSDs, which is hilarious, because I'm not playing any back. I don't play anything that can really hurt him, so good for me because I Mind Control. The one and only time Genius Controller has been good for me over Scrap Dragon. I'll pop my back row, pop his face down because the only thing that they reset in this deck is of course it's Raikou, so it's my turn just because this is like I kind of consider this comeback because he had a pretty good field advantage. So it goes BLS, which is like, but Baylor's just high. I love that. And it was pretty much a forced. He had to do that to my Scrap Dragon because it was just too powerful. So I get Monster Born, which is I'm such a cheater, Pumpkin Eater. I'm such a cheater because I just top that Monster Born just. Oh, hi, I take your BLS, summon Rush Rhino, okay, GG. I'm such a little cheater, I really am. Oh my god, there's someone's trying in attack mode, which didn't really matter if he summoned attack mode or not, because I'm still going to win the duel. So, that was actually pretty hilarious. But, you gotta admit, I cheat. That was, like, I'm such a little cheater, I swear. Now we got Nimbles versus Samurais. This is actually pretty cool. If I beat Samurais with any deck, I'm quite happy, especially since he didn't get 8-way on the field, but I get first and more agree, that's awesome, you know, send those 2. So draw into a controller, which really sucks. I hate drawing into a controller, but I'm basically doing my Ganchi play here, going to Nimbles, exceed to Ganchi, set MST, just enter, you know, I just pretty much went off there. So he goes, I believe you do Island, no, he MST's my MST. Which, I'm like, okay, chain MST, you know, haha. And that was actually quite funny. I love doing that. It's always hilarious. So, you know, it was the rally, knowing now I'm just like, okay, you can't Shia me this turn, which I'm quite happy about. And it's either against Kageki. I was afraid he might set Kageki because I thought maybe he had a really bad hand. So I could have done some massive damage this turn. So I sink into a Gaia, just thinking, okay, I can get over the Kageki, but it was just a Spirit 6 Samurai, so I could have done damage that turn, but better safe than sorry, you know? So, he sets Kapul's, Rhoda's, he's pretty much using his entire hand, and I still have 5 cards in my hand. Which, yeah, that's pretty nuts, if I do say so. So, that goes my, it goes to number 39, but I still have like 5 cards in my hand, which is really crazy. But one of them is Nimble Angler, which, I hate drawing that thing, so. I set my Nimble Sunfish, and he compulses my Gachi, but it's like, Gachi's not going to stay away for long. The Gachi will return. So, Nimble Sunfish gets attacked, now I get its effect, send Nimble Angler, special from another one, Angler's effect, special from 2 more Nimbles. So it's like, you thought Gachi was gone? That's very cute. So I get him dying, which I can't really use too much now, so I go into Gachi, summon Controller, sync for Magical Android, and attack. The reason I went for Android instead of Catastrophe or anything like that is because Android would be at 2800 and I gain 600 life points. That was my mindset there. That's the only reason I went into an Android. But here he can't really go Shan, so I'm forcing him to go into something else. So he's going to sink into a Catastrophe. Because if he goes Shan, that won't work. Because I could just ram him. It's like, oh, Shan, bye. So my Android is gone, and he's going to attack Tamagotchi. Which is like super uber sad face. So now I'm kind of in a bind here because he's got a Catastrophe. But more Agree does help. Because I can put things back in the deck. I do 2 more Rush Rhinos. It's exactly what I wanted. It was 2 Rush Rhinos. So, Heavy Storm, is going to attack into that, but this is in defense mode, it didn't really matter. So, I get Rush Rhino Search, which I believe I go for my Warwolf, since it's my only target left, and I could miss Worm, but I don't want to miss Worm. So, I believe I MST. Yeah, I MST his MST, which is quite hilarious. Chain that MST, people! Yeah! So special with TG Striker, special with Warwolf, and then I sync for Hyper Librarian, and I normal summon TG Rush Rhino. Basically, what I was trying to bait out the negation of number 39, but he didn't fall for it. It was an obvious play, but, you know, doesn't hurt to try, but I still have so much hand advantage, it's crazy. So, and also, it's funny, this is the first damage I've taken the entire duel, was that 100 damage. And that's the only damage I'm going to take this entire duel. And I lucked out because I do Junk Synchron. But he failures me, which I'm sad now, because I was going to go Junk Destroyer and pop his stuff and just attack. But you know what? Black Rose Dragon. You think you're monster safe? No. Black Rose says hi. Black Rose says, no, you ain't going to do nothing. The times I don't call him Heavy, he's got 2 very good power cards, but Heavy's useless against my deck. Darko is not too... I'm not too fond of Darko. But Rush Rhino, attack for that 2,000 damage. Pretty much like the Hulk Smash. So, when does he top deck? He top decks... Oh, Inishi, which... Not too happy about that. He sets Heavy and Darko. He ends his turn, which is kind of weird. But I don't care. I go for my Junk Synchron plays, which this will allow me to go for level 8 Synchro, which I could have gone Junk Destroyer, but I wanted to go Stardust just to be safe, just in case, because I didn't know what was in his hand at the time. Just remember, I can't see his hand during the duel, of course. This is a replay, so I had no idea what his face sounds were. But I could have gone Junk Destroyer and just said, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And the Poles couldn't save him there, but GG Samurai player, I took that amazing 100 damage. That was it. It was completely it. But anyway, that was actually pretty fun. That was actually a really fun duel. So many duels. We got TG Nimbles right here. Let's see, which one should we do? Let's do this one, because this will kind of show you why you should pay attention in a duel. So my opponent's playing Haze Beast with Fire Kings, and in this duel, I misplay a lot, so bear with me, and I know where I misplayed, and I'll let you know what I should have done in certain situations, but I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't thinking, stuff like that always happens. So he magical malice, which I was kind of shocked for the entire hand to go back in the deck, but Haze Beast is kind of a pain to deal with, especially in this deck, because I like using cards like Mind Control and stuff like that, but Duality, I'm not planning on special summoning, so I add a Rush Rhino, just to deck in some Rush Rhino, and just go ahead and attack. So probably should have set his face downs, but he gets Surface Effect. He'll add this grips. Normally they added the Haze Beast Pillar, but I was wondering why he didn't add that, but now I know he didn't have any other Haze Beast to use. So he was kind of in a big pickle here because he really didn't have anything he could use. Because I guess he drew bad, which is probably not a fan of Haze Beast, but something like Book of Moon, which is not going to do anything against this deck. So I summon Nimble Mana, and I'm just going like, screw you, I'm going to... It didn't really matter because I go up by 400, and he's just trying to add a line of defense here. He's just trying to not take as much damage, but I'm still going to go over that Cerberus. I'm not going to not attack that Cerberus. And attack that with Nimble Mana, because that Nimble Mana has 1200 attack. It's awesome, so 1600 damage. And he tossed Reckless Greed, which now he special summons his Griff. And then he ends turn. Mind you, I top deck Junk Synchron, which I summon Genius Controller, and I sync to a Catastor, and I'm just going on because I still have stuff in my hand I can utilize. Any Mirror Forces, which is kind of unfortunate for me, but I still get a search, which I'll search for TG Warwolf. But oh no, I didn't, because I got mixed up in the text. It was asking me if I wanted to do something. It was asking me if I wanted to chain Book of Moon to, it was asking me different things, and I said no, thinking it was asking me to chain Book of Moon, when it was asking me to do Rush Rhino's effect. I was a sad panda there. I didn't know what it was asking me. It was a mistranslation text for me. So, that was my fault there. I misplayed there, but it really wasn't a pay attention thing. It was a text mistranslation for me. I just didn't really understand it. So he heavies, but he didn't get rid of anything that was too useful. So he rekindles, and he summons those things, summons Fire Dog, and I know what he's going to do, so I'm just going to bail it, Fire Dog, like, no. So now his Cerberus is banished. And now I'll lose my my Librarian here, but now I misplayed so badly. I said Rush Rhino. I should have mind controlled Rush Rhino and then attack for game. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know why I didn't do that. I'm so stupid for doing that. Dear God. And I'm still not doing it, and I caught myself in the duel after it was done. Like, oh my God, I could have won so many times. And I allowed him to go off. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't know what I was thinking there. I could have won so long ago, but now I also Fire Dog. Now I win this duel. I win this turn. So now I'm going for my favorite place in the deck. I'm going Junk Destroyer. Because now I can pop 2 cards in the field, which is awesome. Normally it'd be a bad thing because of Garunix, but screw it. I got game. GG. Kyryu. I could have won a couple, way before then, but just me being stupid. But, stupid things happen, but this is why you should always pay attention in your game. You should always pay attention to the cards in your hand, because I literally forgot Mind Controls in my hand, But so you should always keep track of cards in your hand. Phew. But that was awesome. Remember, I was playing against a Dino. I think this was the Dino Rabbit guy right here. I was playing against Dino Rabbits, I think, one time. No, this wasn't. Well, this was sort of Dino Rabbit-ish. I thought it was. I could have been wrong. I think I was wrong, but it was sort of Dino Rabbit-ish. I think it was like a mix between two decks, but I'm doing the famous first play here. 2 Nimbles, gotcha, all that shenanigans, and keeping that, really not losing any hand advantage, getting a good field right there. It's actually pretty cool. And I got setups for Junk Destroyer, which is actually pretty nice. So he's on Sabersaurus, which is unfortunate, but so I will lose my monster, but oh well. But he sets a face down, which I think was a an MST. So I tapped like another Undyne, which is just hilarious. So now I can do it again. Summon another gotcha. So 2 gotchas on the field. That is quite funny. It's funny for me because I now have 7 cards in my hand, but I can discard the Genius Controller, and I still have hand advantage here. I still have 6 cards in my hand, which is crazy. So he's gonna crash with me, which is unfortunate, but oh well. But my turn, I draw into a Rush Rhino, which is oh dear god, amazing. So I summon Junk Synchron. I basically am just trying to give it the back row. I'm kind of pushing here a little too much, so I'm going for my Junk Destroyer to give it the 2 back row. But unfortunately, he does balance me, so I lost my Junk Destroyer. Sad face. I was kind of sad that I lost my Junk Destroyer there, but oh well. I still have 2 gotchas on the field. I'm not worried one bit. I have 2 gotcha Katetsus. And I believe he gets a rabbit. He gets bunny with this. And I'm thinking, oh crap. Here comes the bunny. So he summons Logia, not Logia, I summons Sabersaurus in his turn. I Duality. Because I'm not special in this turn, so I might as well go into Duality. And I get a, believe, Valor. Yes, there she is. I definitely add Valor because of Bunny Rabbit. I summon TG Rush Rhino, and he pretty much actually surrenders after this attack because he can't do anything. Because he's got Bunny, I got Valor. I got 5 cards in hand, he's only got, well, 4 after this. And he can't do anything. He's gonna lure, trying to get something, vanishes, and he's got Mirror Force, which he could have set. I don't know why he could have set the Mirror Force. I guess he was afraid that I may get Star Dragon or something like that. But he literally could have set the Mirror Force and just seen what I've done, because I would have attacked. And yeah, I would have gotten a card from my hand, but at least would have saved him a turn. So I don't know why he didn't keep going with the duel. That was kind of weird. But anyway, GG, GOPro 56. But you cannot handle the power of the double gotcha. The double gotcha TG Rush Rhinos. So anyway, that's all I'm going to be showing. That's all the duels I'll be showing this time. So hope you guys enjoyed the TG Nimble duels. And yeah, more to definitely come your way. So anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and bye.